And the answer is never simple, right? Like it's never an easy way to get there. But with these type of frameworks that, again, are not easy to apply, because they have to come from leadership all the way to individual or ICs, individual contributors. You can get there. You can effectively get there. And the third thing is, what does it do with visibility and accountability? I feel like OKRs provide a framework for measuring progress and success. And by aligning lead management with OKRs, it simply becomes easier to track key metrics and assess the effectiveness of lead generation and conversion efforts. And the fourth one and last one is, it promotes and typically gets better agility and adaptability. Why? Because this is a framework, at least the OKRs is a framework that is set up quarterly, on a quarterly basis. And this allows organizations to adapt fast to their lead management strategies based on if the market is changing, if the customer needs something else, if I am expanding to other territories, if I am doing something new in the business. Or it can also be adapting to internal priorities that change all the time, especially for the SaaS world and especially for high growth companies. And ultimately, this flexibility, what it does, it enables teams to be more agile and in responding to opportunities and challenges, ensuring that lead management is always and it always stays aligned with the most current objectives. So those are the four main benefits that we see in lead management. That was the next slide, Joe. I went to my notes very quickly. So we talk about these four. And then lastly, I wanna tell you that there's some key considerations for aligning these two things. I'm gonna talk about two. First of all, relevant metrics. This is important because when setting OKRs for lead management, you have to identify key metrics that indicate progress and success. Without these, you can't move forward. These metrics should be aligned with the stages of the lead management process that I already mentioned before, and should provide actionable insights for optimizing lead generation, qualification, nurturing, and conversion. The most important thing that I want you to know here is that choosing the right metrics helps in tracking performance and making data-driven decisions. Every organization should be aiming to be a data-driven decision organization, because without data, you don't have a real story. You don't have how the customers are moving through the entire funnel. Which, by the way, is not a funnel anymore. It's a bow tie. I believe in the bow tie system, but for better definitions, it was a funnel indeed. And on the last slide, it's my main takeaway here. The main takeaway, I'm going to read it verbatim. Aligning lead management with OKRs drives effective lead management practices and increases the chances of achieving success. As I said in the beginning, OKRs and lead management are two forces coming together to fight inefficiencies. So when you combine both, you have a master formula to really generate more revenue and to really get to the desired outcomes. So this is a fast presentation just to kind of get you started to at least pique your curiosity on like, what the hell is an OKR? How do I implement it at my organization? And how does this marriage with lead management? Because lead management can be really hairy. It's a problem that I've seen in organizations that tends to be very different from one to the other. For example, the lead qualification process sometimes is automated, sometimes it happens with a human, sometimes it's both. And in both frameworks, you need to have goals, and goals that are yes, bold, but that as I said before, that you can still get to those goals. So that's the presentation. If you have more questions about OKRs and lead management, it's something that I am working on every single day, trying to bring a good model to JLL. And here's my LinkedIn. I'm always very happy to connect with literally everyone. So just feel free to add me, and see you there.
Awesome. Thank you, Lorena. Appreciate that. Love the presentation. I think making sure that everybody's got something they're accountable to, even on that marketing team with lead generation, is just immensely powerful. Like you said, you're building relationships with clients. You're selling human to human. You're not just dealing with numbers, but you got to be able to track it. You got to be able to know where you can make improvements or find the fix. So, yeah, I think we all took away something great from that. Like you said, feel free to connect with you on LinkedIn, I'm sure. But thank you so much for joining. Appreciate the presentation, and best of luck for the rest of the summer.
Thank you, Joe.
Definitely, thanks. And for everybody else, we are going to end just maybe a minute or two early, but don't forget to catch the wrap up on the main stage. So we should be kicking off with that shortly. And appreciate everybody joining. Lots of tons of great information. We'll be following up with links to presentations and things like that post-event. But thank you so much for joining us today, and looking forward to meeting you all up on that main stage here shortly.